Now that we all know that Tom Brady isn't a system quarterback, we ask a question that's older than time itself. Can Tom Brady get back to the Super Bowl? Most importantly, will another wildcard team win the Super Bowl? This year, the wildcard was bigger than before. It expanded to 7 teams in each conference and only one bye. So you know what that means? More football. The wildcard format began in 1970 to help facilitate the NFL-AFL Merger. In 1978, they would add another wildcard. In 1990, there was a total of 3 division winners and 3 wildcard teams. Now, one thing the wildcard was good for was giving bad teams a chance, like the 1982 Detroit Lions and Cleveland Browns, who made the playoffs with a 4-5 record. But that was thanks to the 82 season being shortened to just 9 games. An NFL strike caused the league to expand the playoff field and hold a 16-team tournament. The Lions ran into the eventual Super Bowl champions Washington, putting up little fight in a 31-7 first-round loss, while the Browns got a first-round matchup with the Los Angeles Raiders. The Raiders won 27-10. Because of the divisional realignment in 2002, we saw some interesting teams get into the playoffs and cause more chaos than you know. In 2010, the Seahawks became the 3rd team in NFL history with a losing record to win a playoff game, all thanks to the Beastquake. Marshawn Lynch caused an earthquake after this 67-yard touchdown run where he told the Saints defense to hold my dick. The 2014 Carolina Panthers had back-to-back division titles, winning the NFC South with a 12-4 mark in 2013, then doing the same the following year with a 7-8-1 record. They would become the 2nd team with a losing record to win a playoff game after Cam Newton marched his team to Arizona to defeat the 11-5 Arizona Cardinals. Now, there have been 10 wildcard teams to make it to the Super Bowl. The Tom Landry-led Cowboys nabbed the only wildcard spot after finishing 10-4, second to the St. Louis Cardinals in the NFC East. En route to an appearance in Super Bowl X, the Cowboys won a divisional round game against the Minnesota Vikings, 17-14. Now, this game was notable because it had the first Hail Mary pass being completed in the NFL, as Roger Staubach found Drew Pearson from 50 yards out. The NFC Championship would see Dallas dismantle the Rams 37-7. But America's team, as they would come to be known in the following years, would lose to the eventual Super Bowl X champion Pittsburgh Steelers 21-17. In 1985, the 11-5 New England Patriots clinched the 5th and final seed in the AFC playoffs. That year, they finished 3rd in the AFC East. They would win a wildcard round matchup over the Jets 26-14, a divisional round game against the Raiders 27-20, and also defeat the Miami Dolphins in the AFC Championship 31-14. They would become the first team to win 3 road games and get to the Super Bowl. When they arrived at Super Bowl 20, they got served by the Chicago Bears 46-10. Do kids still say that? Did kids ever say that? On the way to appearing in their 3rd straight Super Bowl, the 1992 Buffalo Bills finished 2nd in the AFC East, behind the Dolphins, so they were the 4th seed. They hosted the Houston Oilers in a little game called The Comeback. The Bills were down 35-3 when backup quarterback Frank Reich orchestrated an incredible comeback, with the Bills winning in overtime, 41-38. They would blow out the Pittsburgh Steelers in the divisional round 24-3 and defeat the Miami Dolphins in the AFC Championship game 29-10. But, as all of you know, Buffalo doesn't have a Super Bowl title in their trophy case. They lost 4 straight in the 90s, and in Super Bowl 27, they lost big to the Dallas Cowboys 52-17. In 1999, the Titans won their last 4 games to finish 13-3. As the 4th seed in the AFC, they hosted their first round game, and we were in for a treat with the Music City Miracle. The Titans won 22-16. They would pull off an upset of second-year quarterback Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts 19-16 and routed the Jaguars 33-14. Their Super Bowl run would end in the most dramatic way possible though, when Kevin Dyson was tackled 1 yard short of what would have been a game-tying touchdown. It's a game of inches, folks. The first wildcard team to win the Super Bowl was the 1980 Oakland Raiders. The Raiders would find a spark in Jim Plunkett. They were the 4th seed, so they hosted the 5th-seeded Houston Oilers. The Raiders would pick off former quarterback Ken Stabler twice, on their way to a 27-7 victory. After beating Houston, the Raiders would steal a victory over the Cleveland Browns. Mike Davis intercepted a Brian Sight pass in the end zone. They won a shootout with the Superchargers in the AFC Championship, winning 34-27, right before taking down the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 25 in New Orleans, 27-10. Jim Plunkett was the MVP, becoming the first minority quarterback to win a Super Bowl and the first Latino to be named Super Bowl MVP. The 1997 Denver Broncos finished with 12 wins, but were second in the AFC West behind the Chiefs. Denver got to host their first round game as the 4th seed in a rout against the Jacksonville Jaguars 42-17. Then won 2 on the road against Kansas City and Pittsburgh by scores of 14-10 and 24-21 respectively. Denver would finish their run with a 31-24 win over the Green Bay Packers after Terrell Davis scored his 3rd touchdown of the day with 1 minute and 45 seconds left. He finished as the game's MVP, rushing for 157 yards. Now the last 4 wildcard winners to get to the Super Bowl have won it. In the season before the current division realignment, the 2000 Ravens were the top wildcard team and the 4th seed. After finishing 12-4 with one of the nastiest defenses of all time, the Ravens crushed teams in their path with wins at home against Denver and on the road against Tennessee and Oakland. They would put on one of the most dominant displays of defense we've ever seen in Super Bowl 35, manhandling the Giants 34-7. Now after the divisional realignment, they got rid of the 3rd wild card and gave it to the 4th division winner. Now only 4 of these 10 wild card teams, New England, Pittsburgh, New York, and Green Bay, won 3 games on the road to make it to the Super Bowl. The Steelers won their final 4 regular season games and clinched a playoff berth with a win over the Lions in Week 17. They were the 6th seed in the AFC. They would beat the Cincinnati Bengals in the wildcard round 31-17, followed by a spectacular upset of the Indianapolis Colts, in which Ben Roethlisberger saved the season by a shoestring, and finally a double-digit victory over the Broncos. The Steelers would go on to defeat the Seahawks in Super Bowl 40. In 2007, the Giants clinched the 5th seed. The NFC East had 3 teams in the playoffs after the Cowboys won the division and the Giants and Washington took the wildcard spots. In a wildcard matchup, it would be smooth sailing past the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with the Giants winning 24-14. In the divisional round, there was a giant upset as a game-winning Tony Romo drive was picked off. The Giants would then travel to the frozen tundra as they stole the NFC Championship in overtime, 23-20, before going on to upset the undefeated New England Patriots 17-14 at Super Bowl 42. Now the last wildcard team to make it to the Super Bowl was the Aaron Rodgers-led 2010 Packers, who were the 6th and final seed in the NFC that year. They won in Week 17 to get in, and their Super Bowl run began in Philadelphia, where they would defeat the Eagles 21-16. In the divisional round, they won handily against the Atlanta Falcons 48-21, and they would beat their division rival, the Chicago Bears, in the conference championship. In Super Bowl 45, Aaron Rodgers would bring home Super Bowl MVP, beating the Steelers 31-25. So there you have it. It's not impossible, and as a founding member of the I Hate Aaron Rodgers fan club, I actually welcome it. Tom Brady is 2-1 in head-to-head matchups with Aaron Rodgers, with Rodgers' only victory coming at Lambeau Field. But all bets are off with this game. The only thing I can say is the Packers. Will the Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the Super Bowl this year? Join us in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Qwality Sports.